How goes sports, Mad Dog? Going all right. I thought you had like your own monies and stuff too. I know for a fact that one of the last times that he took you to the GameStop, you decided I would prefer not to. So don't Bartleby this crap. I know, but you bought Watch Dogs to play with us. How's that going? How's that going without live? No, not yet. It's supposed to be coming up sometime soon with the group that I do. I mean, if you think Cutler's going to suddenly turn into Magic, then I don't know. Are we playing Mayhem, Kyle? Kyle, is this Mayhem or regular? Yeah, what's up? Jay Cutler could either work out really, really well or really, really poorly. If he gets injured like he keeps getting injured, then it's probably going to be the poorly. I'm honestly not sure. Like, freaking, I watched the whole team freaking in that last game, and there was some piss ass sorry stuff the whole way around. So, well, no, there was still lots of good and stuff. Just like I think if it had been a full 60 minutes of football, just freaking Jameis and his offense was starting to take its toll against our defense, which I was really happy to see. Like they were picking things apart early on, but we didn't have freaking our top three cornerbacks in, and they still were like while they were moving down the field, they were moving down the field with all of the tricks that he had available for like a full game in like the freaking three couple of things. So all of like basically like you run out of tricks after a little bit, and so if you show them all in the first two quarters, just it works when you've got a preseason game and you don't have to do anything the rest of the time. But how many people are playing Watch Dogs? I have no idea. That's not really. Oh, can play it one time? Still no idea. At least two. Yeah.
Locked and loaded.
You got to speak a little more into the mic. I'm not hearing half the questions that are meant for me. Micah Hyde for San Francisco. I mean, like Micah Hyde's been good over the years and stuff, but I think his last years and stuff like that where he was good was a little bit off, wasn't it? Yeah, but I was watching Doug Martin, and Doug Martin has like where he might get hurt and stuff. Just freaking, he has the wherewithal and the ability to run a counter play, which is always interesting in a running back. Just I can tell you that freaking we've got Chris Ivory, and he runs like there's freaking lead in his shoes. Say again. Telvin Smith. We play defense. Talbot Smith puts up his points every freaking game. Whole defense and different defensive players. I threw the fucking hook and disposed of that. Damn it.
Now you have
There, MadDog, let me actually plug in a headset or something like that, because unless you're gonna speak up with some tenor in your voice and stuff, your questions aren't coming off loud enough. Oh, really? Oh, okay. I was upstairs, so I didn't realize you were gonna be. The Razorbacks are good. They're a scrappy team. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, once again, let me try to just Kyle decided to launch a game that needs 5 players and stuff, and he hasn't sorted out making you loud enough for me to hear. So I've got to sort out. Yeah, that's a lot better. But he also has to not talk away from the mic, because when he told you that was better and stuff, I couldn't hear him at all very well and stuff. He also has to be. Eli's one of those people that gets better with age, right? No, why would you draft Leonard Fournette? He's already been injured fucking because somebody else stepped on his foot. And I understand they're probably being cautious and stuff, but at the same time, is that really what you want to hear? Freaking second preseason game? I do not know. Yeah, I mean, that's not necessarily untrue from how he played, but at the same time, when people are actually I mean, it's going to be the same thing with Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott was good last year, but I don't know if he's necessarily going to be as good this year because people are going to be, paying attention to him. Yeah, I know he's suspended. That's one of those big reasons of why not to draft him. But just he was good last year. If he plays in games this year and stuff, he's not going to be as good, sort of thing. Yeah, let me see if I can hear you better with these in. Here. I'm literally just gonna have to wear some headphones and stuff. Just you start talking at the beginning of a sentence and stuff, and then you kind of fade out towards the mid sentence and start mumbling, and I can't hear you at all. Well, no, now, I'm wearing headphones now. It's a lot louder and stuff, and I can hear clearer. So I'm sure that'll be better than the speaker. Hey, what's up? No, I'm not gonna watch Florida State Open against Alabama when they're ranked what 1-3. No, that's just not the game for me. No, I'm being sarcastic. No, of course I'm gonna watch the freaking opening game with Alabama. Okay, what's I mean, I think that Florida State has a pretty good chance of beating Alabama. Just Alabama definitely has once again fielding a strong team for like what the 15th year in a row. But at the same time, just Jimbo used to work for fucking Saban, so there's gonna be some things that just Jimbo knows that Saban freaking doesn't like to do, or other things stuff. Then well, Saban might absolutely game plan around that and stuff because Saban's like really tiny with that. So like when he played football, he had to play smart, and so he still plays smart to this day because there's no reason to play stupid if you're fucking gonna be out there playing ball. And so like just it really depends on whether or not Saban can get his players to do his game plan, though. Just he's got some of the most talented players and everything, but at the same time, sometimes you put together a little more complicated game plan, and you can't get them to do all the things that you need to set that in motion.
Are there any other college teams you like, Jack? Or just Florida State?
Yeah, the Idaho Vandals.
Why do you like the Idaho Vandals?
Vandals?
Because they're the Idaho Vandals.
Yeah.
Is it just because you like their name?
Is it because you like their name?
It's because they have an indoor stadium.
And they have an indoor stadium, that's nice, I guess.
So you like the architecture of their stadium.
I'd like the Ohio State.
That's a good reason to like a team.
No, when I'm playing, well, there used to be NCAA games that dropped as readily as Madden games.
Right.
And so I used to have to take a team that was a one-star team to glory. Idaho is that team for me.
I like Ohio State and Pitt. I like Urban Meyer. I know people call him.
Idaho also has awesome colors, and the indoor stadium was always nice because every home game was extra loud because it was indoors. So it seemed like you had a real crowd there, as well as freaking they were like diehard fans because it's Idaho. And just friggin', I guess they.
What I don't get, Craig, is your ass is 24/7 loud as dick, and I have to max out my soundboard because you whisper into the microphone.
Okay, I'm going.
Are you nervous?
No, I'm not nervous. Hey, Jack.
But Craig, you got to think about yourself as a radio personality.
You literally scream at dinner everything you say, and then the microphone gets turned on, and you're like, "Yeah, Jack, what do you think about this guy that we're about to drop?" And then I'm gonna turn the microphone off, and you're gonna be like,
you gotta shout at things and stuff, and other things. And stuff. You gotta be animated. It's the MadDog minute and stuff, or whatever.
You MadDog, you're mad.
I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna drop today.
Maybe there should be some bar games with that. Everybody barks. MadDog.
Hey Jack, are you the only Jaguar fan, or do you like other teams too in the NFL?
I like watching Tom Brady throw the ball.
So you like other teams because you can't live with your life because you're a Jaguar fan?
like I like the Jaguars. I used to like the Chargers, but then they became the LA Chargers, and we're not friends anymore.
Oh, so they broke your heart since they moved to LA, and you just said sorry, see you later.
Just I like all the other Florida teams well enough. Just
Do you like the Packers? You a Rodgers fan?
nah.
You love Rodgers. You're Rodgers. Rodgers.
Rodgers is good, but the amount that Rodgers also gets lucky, and the fact that his line can block out the sun, sure does help Rodgers be Rodgers.
Are you a Steeler fan, Jack?
I mean, like, I'm a Steeler fan at times and stuff, but like not like mainly and stuff, because like they've been basically like an active rivalry with the Jags here and there since the Jags came into the league.
We played this year in Pittsburgh. Do you think the Steelers are gonna?
I mean, friggin' like off your Super Bowl win, you had a grudge match in Jacksonville where you guys, or was it in Pittsburgh? I think it was in Jacksonville, but I'm not sure because I watched the game on TV, so most likely it might have been in Pittsburgh. But literally, fucking the game ended 6-0. And that was the lowest scoring NFL game at the time. I don't know if they've had something superseded at this point.
I think
it was at least tied for the lowest scoring game. But like, we literally, every time someone touched the ball, they were met with the opposing defense. And not just like one person on the opposing defense, like half the opposing defense. 5 to 6 guys were hitting anyone that touched the ball. Because the receivers were big too and stuff at the time on both teams, so they were catching the ball and they were like keeping hold on it for that, and they were trying to move forward. So the first guy would meet them and stop them basically dead, so they move forward like an inch, but technically still be moving forward, so other defenders could pile on top of them. It was like one of the hardest hitting games of football I've ever seen.
Football.
Hey Jack, do you think the Jaguars are trying to fight for the #1 pick this year? Or do you think they're gonna actually do good?
I think the Jaguars are in the middle of a quarterback.
That's a weird way of putting it. Fight to be the worst team.
Woo! We're
gonna go for it. We're gonna be the worst this year, guys. Could you imagine that locker room talk before the game starts? All right, everybody, we're gonna get out there and we're gonna not catch the ball. Definitely don't make any plays and try to make sure that they get touchdowns on the other team. But don't make it look like we're giving the game away.
Pick one and head towards it. Or the sideline.
All right, let's get out there. Go team.
So what did you say at the Jaguar game last night? Did you have good seats?
Yeah, we had decent enough seats. Like, when they weren't like the best seats. Like friggin' when we went to the Gator Bowl or whatever the frig it is nowadays. Tax Slayer.
Who went with you?
My dad went with me.
Oh, that's nice. Father and son out. What did you wear? A Jaguar jersey, like a Blake Bortles jersey that says "I heart Blake."
Are you kidding me? No, I wore a Miles Jack jersey, so therefore on the back was my name because.
Wait, a Miles Jack jersey?
Yeah, because then it says Jack on my back.
Oh, that's good. So then the Miles Jack leads like does something dumb and just says your name, and you can just tell people I made it myself, and they won't know any difference.
I'm pretty sure the gigantic 44 that's on the front and back of the gigantic jersey probably will give away that I didn't make it myself, and that it definitely is a Miles Jack jersey.
No, I mean like they might think you rated like at the shop or something. Just like the number 44 for some reason.
Doubtful.
Well, you might be able to get.
Says he's a brand new player that people.
You might be able to get Nate on it. Nate might believe you.
Although friggin' like apparently Jack wasn't able to make the transition to middle linebacker. From what I heard recently, I think that the pause is going back to middle linebacker and Jack's back to the outside, but he's gonna stay on the field with Telvin Smith and nickel situation.
Do you think the Jaguars defense might be good this year to pick up or not?
Man, that's always a loaded question with that, because in order for the defense to be good in fantasy football, the offense has to be good but not stellar.
Right.
And so the Jaguars always have this chance to do really well, because most of the time the Jaguars currently in the recent years have been losing because of fumbles returned for touchdowns or interceptions returned for touchdowns and then being boxed out of the game. So the defense really only is letting up like 7 points and stuff. Like there have been a few games that have been blowouts and stuff, but like there's also been a few games where our defense was lights out too. So
Hey Jack. What's wrong with Berguayo? He was like a good kicker in college, and now he like sucks.
The ball is gigantic. It's a different fucking ball.
Yeah,
like,
but all you have to do is fucking kick the ball. It's not like you have to learn how to play quarterback when fat guys like Miles Jack are trying to kill you or something.
Isn't Roberto Gaio only like fucking 5'11" and stuff?
I think so.
Some kickers are fucking like 6'3", 6'4".
I think so.
A much smaller foot kicking a
That's
gigantic ball.
Oh, so the football is bigger in college or pro, man?
It's a ton bigger. Like you seriously haven't ever done that? So go look at a peewee football at some point, and it is like fucking like you literally could probably hold it in your friggin' hand. And then you bump up to like the intermediate level, and then you bump up to like the high school level, high school, college, pro. They're all different size footballs.
Right.
Just because people's hands aren't big enough to hold them, so that's why it's impressive for like people like Russell Wilson, who are smaller, to be able to throw the football. But when it turns out, and what that is like, just when people look at their hands measured, Russell Wilson doesn't necessarily have tiny hands, so. That's one of his big benefits for that. While he is smaller, so that his hands can actually grip the football. Now, I also know some freaking quarterbacks that like don't hold the football at all. I know a kid freaking that would literally like I don't know how he threw it with that. He would freaking hold the ball almost like a javelin and throw it from the side. And so he had like sticky frog fingers or something like that. I have no idea.
Do you think Colin Kaepernick ever get picked up again, or do you think he's done?
I don't know like what his deal is necessarily and stuff, that if he's actually looking to compete or stuff, or if he's done, just because like from what I understand, he's a bit more of an introvert than an extrovert, and a lot of football players are not introverts, and so he's supposed to be the leader of the team, and yet he's not really gonna go out there and do team things as regularly as somebody who's just a little more outgoing.
And I saw articles that said that he got an offer somewhere but turned it down and stuff. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not sure if he intends to continue playing football or to wait out a little bit and stuff, or what.
And the only good coach Colin Kaepernick was with is Jim Harbaugh, or John, whichever I think it's Jim, whichever Harbaugh was at Michigan, because and then after that he didn't do anything after that 1 year when Jim was there, and then they fired Jim, and now the 49ers haven't done anything since.
I don't know, something's wrong with Kaepernick. One of his games and stuff like that, they literally were on the friggin' goal line. And he didn't look through his progressions. And like there's things that I can forgive with the quarterback, but when you don't do 1, 2, 3, the 3 freaking spots on the field, look your freaking head left, look your freaking head right, and look down middle, and see what's up. There literally was a guy that had lined up on one of his wide receivers, because that was the play, and no defender had lined up on it. This dude freaking, like, the ball was hiked, he started jumping up and down, waving his arms like a nut job and stuff. Kaepernick took a sack or something like that. I think he took a sack fumble. Just like I don't know for sure, so that, but like, Kaepernick did not make a play, and this dude literally
was like jumping up and down like a
6 foot tall, if not taller, jumping up and down, waving his arms. Surprised that the other defense didn't see him, and so that would have been a touchdown. There just was no one around him for freaking 10, 15, maybe 20 yards. That he had wind up that wide out, and the defense had choked in, thinking that they were just going to run the ball to get some distance.
Maybe Kaepernick thought he was having a special moment or something, and just was really happy and jumping up and down or something. Like having a special moment. I don't know.
Well, no, there's no way that he thought he was having a special moment. And so one of your receivers is out there, your wide receiver is
jumping up and down
on the line, and he's friggin' jumping up and down, waving his arms, getting in some jumping jacks. Just highly unlikely.
Or maybe the music that was fun to read just got him high and happy. Maybe just like that Adele song that was just on in the commercial break or something. He was just dancing to it still. But yeah, that's kind of dumb. He should learn, like, oh, the guy's open, I should throw him the ball. And it's not like the guy is not. And then it's not like the guy probably was the guy that never catches the ball.
He didn't know the guy was open. I'm sure that come Monday they sat him down and they freaking took a red marker and they circled the guy, and then they freaking took another fucking marker and circled that and as big as possible, and still no defenders were freaking anywhere near him. And then they probably were like, "So what happened, Cap?"
Right, and then he probably said something like, "I don't know," or something dumb.
I don't know if like he's like ditzy or something and stuff. Just like freaking like that's really just kind of assuming. Just.
And he had all the. What do you think about people protesting the national anthem?
Just, they can if they want to and stuff. Just I think South Park kind of answered the best, that you should be able to sit,
out of my
kneel,
goal.
stand,
whatever.
Get the fuck out of my goal.
James Harrison said that if anybody sits on the Steelers, they better be in a wheelchair.
2 games you
Hey,
cycled
Buckeye.
with me. I have not let a single score in.
James Harrison said
Get
if...
the hell away from me.
But yeah, James Harrison said if anybody sits on his team, they better be in a wheelchair or something.
I'll play with you. This game's almost over, Jack. There's like a minute left in it.
But yeah, probably draft Jay Ajayi this year, maybe, if he's available. It just depends on who's available.
Wait, draft who?
Jay Ajayi, the running back for the Miami Marlins, or Dolphins, I mean.
Now, like, are you saying like if you get like the first round, but that's going to be your first round pick, or
Maybe.
that's just going to be someone that you hope to get?
Have you
Yeah,
not drafted
that too.
yet for fantasy?
No, I did my first one first.
I
next
guess
Thursday.
like so
Not
do
just
you
Thursday,
know
but the
when-
one after that.
Do you know when you pick yet, or do you
No,
not know that yet?
mine's a snake draft, so it's going to be random. It's either
Yeah,
one,
but, like,
it's either going to be 1 through 12.
I've played a lot of random drafts too, and you still sometimes know
No, I
week
don't
and a
know.
half, 2 weeks out.
No, mine does it an hour early before the draft. The computer does it
Okay.
an hour early before the draft.
So then you have to basically figure out how you plan on getting 8-man, 10, 12, how many?
There's 12 men in this league, but I'm going to do this not this first year, but the last one of this month.
Okay, so then
And it just depends on who
I
they.
don't know.
This guy's
Who are
a
your
fucking
top? Who are your
idiot.
top 12 players? Like,
No way.
Like
Stay
Brown,
the fuck away from
Devontae
me.
Freeman, Doug Johnson, or David Johnson, and then probably like Tom Brady and maybe Rodgers, Odell
David
Beckham
Johnson's
Jr.
good. I had David Johnson last year, and he put up points for me and everything, and he was a fantastic pick. But I still think
And-
that if you had a choice between him and Le'Veon Bell,
I'll probably pick
you would go
Bell.
Le'Veon Bell. Didn't
Yeah.
Le'Veon Bell average almost 150
Yeah.
yards from scrimmage last year or
Yeah,
something?
and it always depends. If I had the first pick, I'm definitely go for Antonio Brown. It depends on the pick I have too, and it depends on
I
like
know
last year the guy that drafted first drafted Devontae Freeman #1. So it depends on who they draft. They might draft like Tom Brady or something, and then by then I might have some people left or something too.
I don't know. Tom Brady's on the cover of Madden this year. Just
Yeah, he might get
dangerous
cursed.
choice.
I don't know, but I'm just saying like it just depends on who they draft too. I like they always have the first pick or the last pick.
And what if it affects Brady like an entirely different way? Like what if like it doesn't like have him and stuff, but what if like all of his family starts having terrible things happen?
Oh,
Okay,
no.
like, once again, like a terrible thing for me to even mention and so with that, but like just like
Yeah, like when Stephon.
what if and stuff, just like and then like freaking people are gonna talk about the Madden curse as if it's this real thing and stuff and
Yeah.
stuff, and like Brady will be just this broken man.
Are you gonna get the new Madden game?
Yeah, I plan to.
Is there anything different besides the new story mode? Like there's a new graphics or anything? Or do you know?
No, I think it's basically they've got the really dumb story mode that doesn't make any sense to play. I've had a few friends
What?
that have already
What?
downloaded the game. And
Madden has a story mode? I thought it was just
Ouch.
like you get a team.
So what's the story mode like? What are they?
Madden decided to make it where you had a story mode and your
Yeah.
dad is some football player, and
Oh.
I guess that you need to like try to play football well.
Oh, it's probably like the soccer one because Clark had a
Think
FIFA
so.
game and that's what the FIFA was. Like his grandpa or dad was like a national soccer player or something, and then they
But
want you to
it
follow in his
doesn't play-
footsteps.
At all like the video game that you're freaking playing and stuff, so it's
Yeah.
kind of like a game in and of itself.
Does it? Do
It
you get?
doesn't function well and that you
Right.
hate.
Do you know if you get different teams,
It
or
wastes a bunch of fucking time.
do they know if you get different teams in the game, or are you just on the same team all the time?
How do you mean?
Like they get drafted by different teams. Like if you're Jackie, like does the
Oh, I have no idea how any of that works. I know that most of my friends played a little bit of it and were disappointed.
I probably play it, but I didn't want to do like story modes and then just do like different things, like maybe have like the Texans, Ohio State team or Florida State team or something. But yeah, that's what I want to do. I just want to get the game because there's a couple of Steelers I want to play, and I want to play Deshaun Watson and stuff, and then like the new Florida State players that came in, and then so I can beat you on the game. We should get Kyle to play and see how good Kyle can do. We should tell him it's Arkansas football and he has to touch the controller and play.
Yeah, Arkansas. Kyle's got this. Kyle, I'm just trying to test
I mean,
out
I'm not
my
opposed to
character real
playing a
quick.
game of it, but I've never been good at football games.
Yeah, I beat you in Pittsburgh. You're good at wrestling games and stuff like that.
Beat me in Pittsburgh because every time I hit
pipe
the ball, you hit pause.
No, you did that too when I kicked the ball. We both did it. And then Kyle would not know what 4th down was, so he would go for it, and I'll just like put the sacks on and then just like block him. So get the ball at the 10-yard line and just walk it in. How long have we been going for?
I'm just trying to test out my gun. Like, I'm trying to zero in exactly how I want Widowmaker's, just because, like, I do not have her set up in the same fashion as the other characters.
Is that Hello Kitty?
What?
Go back.
What are you talking about?
Go back.
What the fuck are you talking
about? Right there. Is that Hello Kitty?
Oh, I just think that's a cat.
Why do I say Hello Kitty? Well, I don't know. Is that your room?
This is like where we spawn.
Did you get the cat poster, or is that already there?
Look at that.
Oh, touch the wires. Wait, how long have I been going for?
I don't know. You got nothing else to say?
No, I might. But yeah, Jack.
You've been live for 30 minutes.
Jack.
Well, we had issues at the beginning.
If I have a number one draft back, I'm definitely taking Antonio Brown. That just depends.
I mean, like, once again, like, it really depends on, like, just Antonio Brown is good if Ben Roethlisberger stays alive the whole season. Will Ben Roethlisberger stay alive the whole season? Stay tuned to football. Thanks, Kyle.
Wait, do you think Allen Robinson will be good this year if they don't have a quarterback?
Okay, I'll stop doing that to you.
Allen Robinson freaking dropped the ball in the end zone that was in his fucking numbers. Yeah. So I think Allen Robinson, while he's very fast and tall and has all sorts of freaking things, needs to really take a deep look at himself and say, hey, maybe it's not all Blake's fault. I should fucking try to catch the ball that's fucking in my numbers.
I heard they've been like little divas this week at camp or something.
Don't you want to be higher in the air to snipe? Stop moving.
Jack, I heard Blake Bortles and Allen Robinson been little divas this week in training camp.
Oh, dude, Jack, I just thought of this. In the game, I could totally use my ice thing to help you get to places you shouldn't be able to get to.
Yeah, no, you didn't know that already?
Well, I mean, I knew that, but I was like,
if we start finding places with that, yes, you can have me set up in terrible, terrible spots because.
Oh, Jack, I found a hip.
Give me that little bit of height and stuff, and so then I can jump and use my hook.
Hey, Jack, I found a colorful hippie van. I found a colorful hippie van last night in Watch Dogs too.
Oh, the hippie van, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one I found so far. I haven't found any other ones. It's not easy to find. I found like right there, so it's stole their money. And I bought a little like golf cart last night. That's pretty fast. But damage is pretty.
Right, I gotta tweak my options a little bit for this character.
Hey Jack.
I'm the ice queen.
Maybe you should draft. Who's the Jaguar kicker this year?
You gotta start off with something other than "Hey Jack, hey Jack, hey Jack, hey Jack."
Who's a Jaguar?
If you go hijack, people are gonna think you're stealing a plane or something like that.
Hijack.
Who's the Jaguars kicker this year? Is it still the same dude from last?
Like, you can just start talking and you don't have to get my attention. We are literally on a live thing for like an hour. I'm here for you.
Do you think the Jaguars are gonna draft us? Are gonna kick the ball a lot this year?
Are they gonna hand the ball off a lot this year?
No, kick it like field goals.
Not with Myers, no. I think we're gonna go for it more than we're gonna kick it.
Wait, do you have a new coach now in the Jacksonville?
No, we have the old freaking offensive coach that for some reason they up-jumped instead of hiring a real coach. And now nobody made any real decisions over the freaking offseason to try to put pressure on the quarterback situation or, have a backup situation, and for some reason that imploded. And so now we're dicking with that.
Do you think if you suck this year, do you think they're going to let that cat go, or do you think they're going to give him another shot?
Oh, yeah, I think they're going to cut him like a sack of fucking crap.
Right, because this will be the first full year that Tom Coughlin's a GM or whatever he is, or
Yeah, I
president.
think Tom Coughlin will be on thin ice this year if they have a bad season.
I don't know. He just got there, so I don't know. Maybe it just depends.
Yeah, I think he has a 3-year freaking ability to be shown that he's going to do what he's just there to do. If freaking he has 2 drafts and freaking it doesn't seem like that it's going to go better in a 3rd draft, then I cannot imagine that they're going to keep him around.
Wait, he's been there for 2 years now?
No, he just got here this year and he's already had 1 draft.
Oh, but they think they're going to keep him after this year if they suck. Like, give him 1 more year of mercy.
I mean, they definitely will have him. Like, he might be head coach next year if friggin' the other dude doesn't friggin' get his shit together.
He might be, and they might bring, and he can bring back he can bring back the old crew. You can bring back Tony Dorsett and the old crew. Push Tony Dorsett and Phil Walker and bring back the old crew, Jack. You should bring back Mark Bunnell as a quarterback.
Should never gotten rid of Mark Burnell.
Bring back Jones Drew.
No, Jones Drew was awful.
Yeah.
Freaking while he
Or
freaking got them like
Or Fred.
he freaking got yards and stuff,
Or
and I
Freddie
loved
T.
fucking watching him do certain things and stuff. Just he got yards because the Jaguars were running every fucking play. They're just like, yes, you will be the #1 rusher in the freaking league if freaking your team is fucking devoted to the run. If your team has a big hard on for the run and you are a halfway competent runner, eventually things will run up as long as you don't get injured.
You should bring
That's
back.
why Fred Taylor was good, but Fred Taylor was fragile, and so therefore, in some of his later years, he was out because of injury.
Because he's a bitch.
You should bring back. You should just bring back the whole crew. Or maybe what you do is you bring in the coach for the offense coordinator for the Patriots and bring in Garoppolo.
No, because they're looking for like gold for Garoppolo and stuff. Just I don't think Garoppolo is as good. And like the one game that he did friggin' out and stuff that he did all right, but then he came and got injured the next game.
Yeah, I don't know.
If Price last year, they had 2 backups that were good.
Right, I don't know if it's gonna be good because like they had that a couple years ago with Matt Castle and then he went to like the Kansas City Chiefs or wherever he went to and sucked. So it's like they're all high on everybody and then they don't do good because they think they're so good since they sit behind Tom Brady and stuff. And I'm like, oh, Tom Brady's gonna be doing this and stuff. Hey, go get to 69.
So I don't know, like just. Because they're not moving as much as I thought they were going to move. Like, I thought they were going to move the payload so I'd get to some shots with them actually moving. It's easy as hell to shoot Annas in the head when they're not fucking moving.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like the objective's just locked.
Hey, Jack.
Yeah, let's try a different fucking game and just see. Like, for some reason, this isn't working.
Who's going to be the Browns quarterback this year?
No idea.
Everybody.
The Browns don't really care. I think Manziel's gonna come back. Yeah.
Bring back Manziel. Bring back the old Motley Crue.
I don't know what they were thinking picking him up and stuff. Just like freaking like the dude like literally like just like was very fast in college.
I thought he might be decent, but then hit met the drugs and alcohol.
Speed is the great equalizer in the NFL. Speed is stupid in college.
Right, and well, besides
I could tell you, freaking, we used to play like Clemson when they were freaking running like just CJ Spiller and shit like that. Just freaking like the dude could run circles around anyone on the field.
And well, besides Bama, he doesn't really have a good defense.
Say what?
So besides Bama, there's really no good defense if you're gonna like try to run a little hole or something.
I mean, Bama gets gashed here and there too.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't the freaking Auburn year when Auburn was doing its nonsense, it decided to run all over Bama? Like, while they won on that miracle freaking kickoff return and shit.
Yeah. Somebody
they won because they fucking got into position and held on to that freaking spot.
Somebody did that for the Bears last night. Somebody for the Bears. Are you gonna watch this whole eclipse, Jack?
Yeah, probably, because it's not gonna happen again. Like, you know.
You have sunglasses? You have sunglasses?
No, why the fuck would you get sunglasses?
Well, you might go blind.
I'm not gonna fucking stare at the sun. Sunglasses and stuff and solar sunglasses are not gonna help you fucking stare at the sun any better. I'm just gonna fucking use my fucking phone and take a picture.
Yeah.
And I, you know, notice that it's shady during that time. And
Does
take
it-
a quick glance at the sun because I've lived in Florida all my life and I know how to look at the sun without looking at the sun.
Right. Just hope just hope it's not sunny. Cloudy tomorrow. I won't be able to see anything. Hey, Jack.
Yeah.
Do you have season tickets to the Jaguars?
Say again?
Do you have season tickets to the Jaguars?
No.
Did you go swimming when you were there? Did you go swimming? In your mouth, Jack?
You're just kind of mumbling again.
Did you go swimming? Did you go?
There's a lot of echo and kickback right now.
Did you go?
Kyle's in the room
Right.
and just
Did
either you need to get closer or he needs to edit something.
Right.
Like
Did you go swimming last week?
No, just you have to actually, I think, have passes to get to the pool. It's just like that. Like I don't really care to go into a pool filled with a bunch of kids.
Wait.
The pools are not really for like all the adults in the world to go hang out at.
Right. Were you the only one wearing a Jack jersey?
Probably not, since he's once again one of the more popular upcoming players.
What was your dad wearing?
He was just wearing a Jags t-shirt.
You like the new logo?
Say again?
How do you like that helmet combination?
I wasn't really paying attention to the helmets. Just they can dress up however they want. They could show up in freaking kilts and skirts and stuff, and I wouldn't care as long as they won football.
Yeah, it's starting to grow on me. I'm just not a big fan of like the shading thing. Huh? One of my friends said the helmet looks like Shao Kong's kid drew it up in art class.
Well, like freaking then Sean Khan's kid's gonna earn a lot of money because they're gonna sell a lot of those helmets. Isn't Sean Khan's kid like fucking like 40 or older?
Oh, I don't know. We were just making a joke.
I don't think he has little kids.
We don't know. We were just making a joke.
A bad joke, just like
Okay, fine.
like his kid who was a 40-year-old man-child freaking drew this in class.
Okay, fine. A little kid in preschool. That's what we're trying to make the joke for. A little kid in preschool, and then. Hey, Jack.
You gotta come up with something different than just hey Jack over and over again. I'm gonna stop responding just to make you come up with something else.
But yeah, do you think the Jaguars run the kickers to the ground?
Can they run what?
Do they kick the kickers or kill their kickers? Do you think?
Do they kill their kickers? No,
Yeah,
they don't run.
not like kill them, like make them done after they're done in Jacksonville.
I don't think so. Like when
Because
we had Mike Hollis for fucking players,
Josh
he was
Goby, after he left, he went to Pittsburgh and did Jack's caught.
That was Scobie. Like freaking, and
that's
then he
true.
went to Pittsburgh, and like that was like you guys making a bad decision.
Yeah,
And that was funny as shit too.
but at least we got a kicker afterwards. We got some young guys that's pretty good.
Did you?
Yeah, Baja was pretty good. He can kick the ball.
Goes through the uprights and everything.
Yeah, and then Josh Goby did. He missed like 4 field goals in like 1 week or something.
It was 3, and yes, he did.
3.
It was fantastic. And I think maybe an extra point. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah, I think he missed 3 and an extra point. And then that was in the old days when it's like right there, I think, too. Before they moved the game. To the 1 yard line.
It is well,
Hey, Jack.
gotta come up with something different.
Hey, do you think the Falcons can rerun this year, or do you think they're going to fall out? Repeat.
I mean, they only really screwed themselves by, for some reason, inexplicably, after putting up like 100 yards rushing.
Yeah, and then they decided
stopped
not to rush. All we need to do is just rush the ball and get a couple first downs, and they would have probably won the game. And then I guess he just. Why do you think that is? Do you think they got scared and try to like overthink themselves, or do you think?
No, I think that they got overconfident and wanted to put the game away, and then they didn't.
That's true. Okay, so maybe it's against a different team, but yeah, you kind of want to rush the ball and like be more serious against Tom Brady, because that guy's good. He can come back from anything, as we saw.
They should just kill clock, like friggin' like they did like everything that they could to lose that game. Just it is like something that people will show for years to come of like, hey, don't do this when you're playing a game of football.
Right. So do you think Devontae Freeman's going to be good this year?
I think he's going to be probably as good as he was last year.
Right.
Just, he didn't lose the Super Bowl, in my opinion.
Right. The whole team did.
No, the freaking coaches lost that game. Just like
Right.
it wasn't a whole there was like a team effort and freaking being on the field and stuff. Just that was one of those things where like just freaking at the end results with that the coach should have freaking come out and then switched to a different team, which I think is what happened. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
he did. The offensive coordinator is the new coach of the 49ers now. That was the coordinator in the game. Maybe they should have pulled a Bama and knowing if he gets in the league, just fire him and go to the new guy.
Yeah, well, how'd that work for Bama?
I know if they lost, I'm just saying, might have helped him better if they would have had somebody else in there. I don't know if it's his. Maybe the guy that was in there might have had more brains to run the ball and then throw it. I don't know. Hey, Jack.
What's up?
Do you think you're going to see the Jaguars win a Super Bowl?
Do I think what?
You can never watch the Jaguars win a Super Bowl?
Yeah. I mean, like the first however long of the Jaguars and stuff, like first 20 years and stuff has been better than the first 20 years of the freaking Steelers.
Oh, that's good.
And it's been better than the first 20 years of a lot of teams.
Right.
Like, well, they've had some bad times and stuff like that. It's not like freaking like any of the teams that have been around for 50 years don't have worse slumps than what we're in.
Right.
Well, people don't give us a lot of credence. I don't think people want to play the Jaguars still. Freaking people get injured regularly when they play the Jaguars because they've got nothing to lose and might as well try to win the game.
That's true. Hey, Kyle.
What?
Are you ready for Arkansas football?
Yeah, I just love it so much.
Are you ready to pay back slowly whenever you come?
So do you need someone to take you to GameStop to get your football game when it comes out?
Yeah, I guess you can take me to GameStop and my football game when it comes out. And then we can... When does it come out, Jack? Is it next week?
It's already out for you at least to play around with if you have the EA
Live or something.
whatever and stuff, just the EA Pass or something.
Is it still the same announcers this year, or do you have different announcers, or do you know?
It's probably the same announcers.
Oh,
I
we're
can't
decent.
imagine that they switched it up for whatever reason. God, this is complicated practice, Kyle.
Complicated.
Freaking the Lucios are just they keep like using their abilities to speed each other up and they'll stop doing it. So like it's very hard to get a train on their heads and they've got itty bitty freaking heads.
Well, you want me to stop booping you?
You're not booping me.
How do I power it? How do I increase you then?
Oh, like he's got the speed and stuff is the other thing. So press left bumper. I think it switches between speed and healing.
So I think the Patriots probably won a division this year.
Yeah, no, I don't got that apparently.
Yeah, now you're fast.
I think the Patriots probably win a division this year.
Oh god, this is a bad idea. They're all gonna poop us.
How?
How do I think the Patriots are gonna win their division?
No, I said I think they're gonna win it.
I think you're maybe right.
And then the Jaguars is still too hard to tell. And then the Steelers probably come down between the Bengals and Ravens and us. I don't see the Browns do anything like always. And then the Raiders might win their division at Kansas City. So do you think Doug Martin would be good if he can stay healthy the whole year? Risk it.
Probably.
I might risk it. It just depends if the boy kid can stay healthy.
I mean, at the very least, like, he's got a more interesting team than most, because as long as his team stays healthy, they've got O.J. Howard and Mike Evans as big-bodied receivers,
Right.
which is basically like when Jameis freaking loved freaking having Calvin Benjamin in freaking in college. So I can't imagine that that's like a bad situation for him to have those two guys.
And Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, Deshaun Jackson for the speed boost and stuff, and so that essentially is like his freaking Kermit Whitfield and stuff as well. So they basically are like redesigning the team around Jameis's strengths.
And they still have,
he has so many strengths, they can really kind of pick
Right.
and choose
And
some of the best talent.
and they still have Vincent Jackson too.
Yeah, of course. Just
I'll probably draft him and probably draft Winston.
like
if he's-
freaking like just they've got some scary tall receivers on that team.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay, let's go play some Unreal. I'm just not getting the hang of this right now.
What?
You want to play cop?
You done with your thing?
Yeah.
Alright, well then sign off. Say, that was sports or something.
That was sports with MadDog.
MadDog.
How long did I go for?